My dear students, today our topic is in second unit, that is in second unit there is an important topic which relates to agriculture sector that is food and non-food crops in India. Food and non-food crops in India. Okay, my dear students, before going to food and non-food crops in India, India is a agro-based economy. At the same time, the number of varieties of food grains we are supplied by the help of agriculture sector. All these because of different climatic situations, excellent irrigation facilities and different weather conditions, and also having different soils of textures entire in Indian geographical area. So that's why India having a varieties of crops, so then there are three types of crop cultivation in our India. The first one is Rabi crop by northeastern monsoons. The period is October to March. These 6 months very suitable for the cultivation of Rabi crops and as well as Kharif crop. The second type of crop is Kharif. That's by southwest monsoons. The period of southwest monsoons and Kharif cultivation, July to October. Within the stipulated period of July to October, we are producing paddy, wheat and like that. And another important jad crop cultivation. It is a summer crop cultivation, more vegetables, fruits and as well as its related agricultural commodities we are produced. So then we have excellent monsoons. There are two southwest monsoons. The first one is, and return back that monsoons that is nothing but western and northeastern monsoons. These two monsoons is very helpful for to grow up of our agricultural production. My dear students, then we are classified about the crops in India according to Food and Agricultural Organization. So the classification of crops, like the first one is food crops and second one is food crops but other than grains, and third one is non-food crops. There are three types of crops by the classification FAO: food crops as well as other than grains, and third one is non-food crops. Okay, let us discuss one by one. What are the food crops? Food crops, the main is paddy, wheat, maize, millets, bajra, and as well as ragi pulses. These are all food grains for the people, and as well as food crops other than grains. They are sugarcane, jute, oilseeds, tea, coffee, and horticultural crops like vegetables. And third one is non-food crops. Non-food crops are rubber, fiber, cotton, and jute. Entire food and non-food crops can be classified into three types like this. Then I am going to explain one and each about food grains. The first one is, I would like to discuss food grains. Food crops, mainly the first one is paddy. Paddy is a staple food of entire India. Then paddy is the second largest food grain product entire the world. The first place is in China. After China, India is the largest production of paddy. At the same time, it is in a kharif crop. At the same time, this crop harvesting at the temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. At the 25 degrees Celsius is minimum requirement for harvesting this crop. Then the highest humidity is required. This crop required highest humidity, and rainfall is required 100 centimeters. 100 centimeters rainfall is required, high humidity, and as well as 25 degrees Celsius temperature is minimum requirement to cultivation of this paddy. Okay, my dear students, growth in the plain areas of northeastern plains, like at the same time Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, and Andhra Pradesh. Particularly in Andhra Pradesh, East and West Godavari, they are called rice bowls of India. So then, this is the very major crop which cultivated by our Indians. So then I go to second crop, that is wheat. Wheat is very, very important cultivation in northern India. So then it is in a rabi crop. Wheat is in a rabi crop. The minimum temperature is requirement 10 to 15 centigrades. At the same time 50 to 75 centimeters, in between 50 to 75 centimeters rainfall is required for to cultivation of this wheat. Most of all the northwest regions like Punjab, Haryana, and Bihar, Rajasthan, and Madhya Pradesh. So these are all very important food crop of our India. So then this is the fourth largest Wheat is in a India is a fourth largest wheat production country entire the world. So it gains so much foreign exchange came to other countries to India by the export of wheat. So then we go to maize. Maize is a both food and fodder purpose. Maize is utilizing for the human being for food, for the animal purpose they gives us fodder. At the same time this is also a kharif crop which it requires 21 to 27 degrees Celsius temperature and 50 to 75 centimeters rainfall. When it is situated, then maize is cultivated. So then more than this cultivation, this maize cultivation at Bihar, Karnataka and as well as Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Madhya Pradesh. My dear students, I once give a small explanation about the maize. Maize is in a good food and fodder crop for the both humans and animals. It is in a kharif and as well as in some Bihar, in some situations of the Bihar, some locations of the Bihar, it is also cultivated in the Rabi season also. 21 degrees to 27 degrees is minimum requirement of the maize cultivation and nearly 50 to 75 centimeters average rainfall in a year, then it supplies maize on the particular fields of agricultural lands. Particularly these crops are developed by or produced by Bihar, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and the most of all these states producing maize. At the same time millets. Millets having three types. There are jawar, bajra and ragi. What are the importance of these millets? The first one is jawar is in Rabi crop. It have 26 to 33 degrees Celsius temperature it is required. When 26 to 36 Celsius temperature is happened or situated, then this cultivation at the place it is suitable. At the same time this is a rain crop, rain fed crop. It is a rain fed crop. It is produced by Maharashtra is the highest place. Maharashtra is the highest place of cultivation which belongs to jawar, and next one is Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and as well as Telangana and Madhya Pradesh. Like once I repeat you, millets there are in three: jawar, bajra and ragi. Jawar cultivation in the temperature 26 to 33 degrees Celsius is it minimum requirement. It is a rain fed crop. It is a purely rain fed crop, and highest production of jawar is in Maharashtra. Highest production which is highest production of the jawar is in Maharashtra. Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Madhya Pradesh also they are producing this jawar. It is very important crop about the millets. And another important thing is another important crop is bajra. Bajra is a purely cultivation in sandy soils and swallowing black soils. Soil at Rajasthan, in some areas of Rajasthan, it is minimum temperature requirement is 20 to 28 degrees Celsius, the average minimum rainfall is required 40 to 75 centimeters rainfall average in a year. Then when it is possible, then bajra is suitable to fertile on that particular lands. Another important crop is ragi. Ragi is a dryland crop. It is a very important crop. Red and black sandy loaming soils. It is purely cultivated at red and black sandy loamy soils, and it is shallow black soils also. Like it is this crop cultivation under the 18 to 28 degrees Celsius temperature, then 60 to 80 centimeters of average rainfall is required for cultivating of this crop. Okay, my dear students, I briefly explained once. Ragi is a highly iron content food. There are so many pulses, but about these three pulses, ragi is a very precious and very good iron food. So then it is in a purely dry land crop. Okay. At the same time, this is the ragi, red and black sandy loamy soils. The ragi fertile, ragi harvesting at red and black sandy loamy soils, in particularly in some shallow black soils also. The major states of this cultivation, Karnataka is the highest chief production of ragi, and Tamil Nadu also. Karnataka is more largest production of the ragi. At the same time, Tamil Nadu is the production of ragi. Ragi is in 18 to 28 degrees Celsius temperature, it is fertile, and and also 60 to 80 centimeters rainfall is required for the cultivation of ragi. Okay, my dear students, millets are in three. One is jawar, one bajra, third one is ragi. Okay. Another important crop is pulses. We know very well about pulses. India is the largest production country among all the worldwide countries. Why? Because more than Indian people, they are vegetarian. So that's why these are all vegetarian food suppliers. We know very well about what are the pulses. We know some yellow gram, black gram, green gram. They are all giving to us very iron and protein content food. So most of all them Indians, they are vegetarians. So it is very useful for our Indian civilization. Okay, my dear students, what are the conditions? What are the cultivation situation? Cultivations of conditions of the pulses. India is the first largest product country among all the countries regarding pulses, and as well as it is a good protein and iron mixed vegetarian diet. Every week, out of 7 days, 3 to 4 days or 2 to 3 days, must and should Indians are in diet using green gram or black gram or yellow gram. So, according to cultivation of this is the 20 to 30 degrees Celsius temperature is requirable for cultivation of pulses, and as well as minimum requirement of rainfall 50 degrees to 75 centimeters rainfall is requirable. Okay, my dear students. So then green grams, yellow and black grams are the in pulses, right? Madhya Pradesh is the major production of pulses, and besides of that Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan and Maharashtra is the chief production of pulses. Students, once I explain about the pulses in brief, the largest production of pulses entire the world, India is the first, and second one is pulses is a good proteinized and iron content vegetarian diet. At the same time, most like green, yellow and black grams which we cultivated by our Indians in Madhya Pradesh is a major cheap product of and high production of pulses, and besides of that Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Karnataka is the chief exporters of these pulses, and as well as the minimum requirement of pulses temperature is 20 to 30 degrees, in between 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, and 50 to 75 centimeters of average rainfall is essential. So, my dear students, let us go to food crops other than grains. What are they? Sugarcane, oilseeds, tea, coffee and horticulture. Right. Students, now I would like to discuss food crops. According to the food crops, already we discussed in the previous class food crops, but now I will discuss other than grains, food crops other than grains. Food crops are two types. The major food crops: paddy, wheat, jowar, bajra, millets. So already we completed that, and next food crops other than grains. There are, the first one is sugarcane. Sugarcane is a commercial crop grain. Commercial crop, it is very important raw material of sugar industries. So then Maharashtra is the chief product or most favorable fertile land about sugarcane. Black soils is suitable for cultivation of sugarcane. The sugarcane in tropical and subtropical hot humidity with the temperature 21 degrees to 27 degrees. It's required 21 to 27 degrees Celsius temperature, and in between 75 to 100 centimeters of rainfall is average in a year. These lands are getting, when it is possible, then sugarcane will extensively grow. My dear students, this is the second largest. India is the second largest country which product produced by our India This is the second largest country in sugarcane after Brazil. The first highest production of sugar is in Brazil, the second highest production in India. Okay, my dear students, sugarcane at the time of crushing, there are some raw products came outside. They are kandasari, molasses, like that. These are useful for sugar bricks, and also it is cheap production in Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and some of the places of Punjab. It is a very good commercial crop. It exports sugar, exports to other countries. India gets more foreign exchange returns. It is very useful for international trade. And another important issue is oil seeds. We are well aware about cooking oils, edible oils. They came from oil seed cultivation. So, total in Indian geographical area, out of 100, 12% of agricultural production which is came from oil seeds. 12% of total crop in India, out of 100, the most edible oils and used cooking, manufacturing of medicines, cosmetics like making soaps, coconut oils and soya bean. These are all the raw materials. Help of these oil seeds to make cosmetics, medicines, and as well as for the cooking purpose. Most of all the oil seeds useful for coconut oils and as well as making soaps, medicines, and like that. It is in a kharif crop, and as well as AP is the number one place which is producing groundnut. Groundnut oils production in AP is very higher range, and also these oil seeds fertile in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Gujarat, and etc. This is also a very useful crop for getting more foreign revenue came from other countries to India. At the same time, another important cultivation is tea. Tea production is very good quality tea production. We are producing in India. This is in a plant crop, plantation crop. This is in a plantation crop. This is also a beverage crop which is taste the drink. So then there are so many teas made by our tea masters in India, black tea, green tea. Okay, the high quality of tea production enter the world. India is one of the one. So then it was introduced by British emperors in India. Then this is also a tropical and subtropical crop. This is in a tropical and subtropical crop. It is most favorable fertile crop in Assam at Nilagiri and Darjeeling. Darjeeling is the most important favorable crop about the tea. It is in a It is very, very important. Highly skillful labor engaged their lives into tea cultivation. Okay, my dear students, it is the cheap labor availability in Assam and Darjeeling and other places. So then, it is a major crop in Assam. Highly skillful persons, and as well as it is a cheap labor crop. It is only manual labor crop which was produced by tea. At the same time, another contemporary crop of like food crops other than grains, coffee. Entire the world, out of 100, 4% of production of coffee by India. So then, the world cultivation, about the 4% is representing from India. It is in a good quality. Indian coffee is very good quality compared to the all worldwide countries. So then, it is also has a great demand for all the worldwide countries. Indian coffee it have high quality demand, high demanded from the other worldwide countries. So we are all saying at the markets, Nestle coffee is a world famous coffee, which is the raw material came from India. At the same time, it is the most favorable fertile in Nilagiri and Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and etc. It is most favorable stripping cultivation. It is cultivation on the streams of hill stations at the Nilagiris and as well as in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Okay, my dear students, another one is horticulture. It is very important culture. 16% of the world vegetables and fruits produced by India. India 1/3 vegetables and fruits supplied to other worldwide countries. That is a very important place. It is in a peculiar place. Why? Because the different types of soils existing in our geographical conditions of India, there are 8 types of soils existing in India. So then each type of soil, they produce so many fruits and vegetables like that. So that is nothing but horticulture. This horticulture, it is most favorable in tropical and temperature zones. The most important fruits and vegetables like mangoes, the cheap production in Maharashtra. At the same time, grapes, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and as well as pineapple, Meghalaya, apples, Jammu and Kashmir, particularly Simla. I give you a little bit of examples I give you. At the same time, vegetables like onions, tomatoes, like ladyfingers, all these vegetables spread our entire cultivation spread our entire Indian soils. So horticulture is in a very important crop of food crops other than grains. They are all other than grains. So it is useful for economically and getting more foreign exchange returns from the other worldwide countries. Economically we are strong by these crops. So that's why these all crops except horticulture, then these are all crops called as commercial crops. And another non-food crops, another topic is non-food crops. Let us discuss what is non-food crops. They are not using for food material, utilizing of food intaking of food, but only they are producing externals of issues. Like the first one is rubber. Rubber is the chief product of Kerala. Rubber is the chief product of Kerala. So then it is an equatorial and sub-equatorial crop. It is most favorable, more than 200 centimeters of rainfall in average in a year. These rubber plants, it can cultivate or fertile or harvesting, whatever it may be, it is minimum requirement is 200 centimeters average in a year. At the same time, it requires 25 degrees Celsius temperature. When it includes, when it inputs, then only this crop will cultivated. So the same rubber is in it requires moist and humidity is required. Most humidity, moist, not most, moist, moisturizer, we call as moisturizer, moist and humidity crop, more than 200 centimeters rainfall is requireable, and 25 degrees Celsius temperature is essential for the cultivation of rubber. So Kerala is the chiefest, the most favorable cultivation in Kerala is rubber. At the same time, Nilgiri and Eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats, it is very, very important, heavy rainfall zone there. So then, that is, it is favorable area, and Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and as well as Andaman Nicobar islands are also suitable fertiles for the rubber. Rubber is an industrial raw material. The raw material of rubber, it utilizes making of tires, sheets, erasers, and so many articles made by the help of rubber. It exports to the other world countries. So then we are all know very well MRF at Tamil Nadu, Madras, MRF tires factory, Dunlop factory. All these factories, the cheap raw material came from rubber. MRF is nothing but Madras rubber factory. All the rubber industries depends upon the rubber. At the same time, next one is fiber. There are two types of fibers are there. One is cotton, jute. It looks like hemp and natural silk. My dear students, we are knowing that cotton is in a black soil crop, which most important state is black soil. More than black soil concentrated in the state of Maharashtra. Maharashtra is the chief exporters of textile by the help of cotton. Cotton, it is called as white gold. It should be called as white gold. So then, what existing in the fiber crops? The fiber crops like cotton, jute, hemp, and natural silk. Silk came from silkworm and mulberry. It is called as sericulture. So it is very important culture in Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and like that. So then, cotton is a chief raw material to making textile industry for making cloth. So then, another important thing is this cotton is main in 6 to production. The output of cotton 6 to 8 months taken. So 210 days output is 210 days. So this is the crop high temperature and light rainfall areas it is suitable. Light rainfall and as well as high temperature zone. So it is suitable for cotton cultivation. So cotton is very important for fiber making cloth. So Maharashtra is the chief exporters of the textile and fabrics. Okay, my dear students, last one, that is jute. Jute is nothing but it is a golden fiber. Jute, it is also called as golden fiber. So it is most favorable, it is more favorable fertile area is West Bengal. West Bengal is the chief exporter of jute entire in India. So jute is a raw material which is yarn and gunny bags and as well as carpets and etc. It is a chief raw material which is making for gunny bags, yarn and carpets. The most important character is high temperature zone area crop is this. The most important cheap cultivation at West Bengal is jute. So my dear students, all these food crafts very useful to our India for existing foods and as well as industrial development, and finally we are utilizing these non-food crafts, utilizing our domestic or industrial products. So that's why this chapter is very useful for our system. Thank you.